Pizza Hut's stuffed crust pizza was hands down one of the biggest revelations in pizza. Aside from being ridiculously delicious, stuffed crust actually has a storied past, and we're ready to learn more. This is the truth about Pizza Hut's stuffed crust pizza. Pizza Hut's stuffed crust has been a staple in households in the US and across the globe for years. The genius pizza combination originally debuted in 1995, and it has since taken on a life of its own. Pizza Hut originally opened in 1958 in Wichita, Kansas, and up until the stuffed crust recipe was introduced, the chain hadn't introduced a new type of crust since pan pizza in 1980. That new type of crust was life-changing for cheese lovers everywhere, and we all have Patty Scheibmeier, a former food scientist for Pizza Hut, to thank for that. Scheibmeier told Food Beast that her bosses originally thought she was absolutely crazy when she first began talking about the new product, and it took 3 whole years for stuffed crust to come to fruition because of their skepticism. A lot has changed since Pizza Hut's stuffed crust was first introduced more than 2 decades ago. For one, Donald Trump, who was the first spokesperson for Pizza Hut's stuffed crust, is now the sitting U.S. president. But before Trump took the Oval Office, the then minor celebrity starred in a novelty pizza commercial with his ex-wife, Ivana. The commercial debuted in 1995 after Pizza Hut had tried a number of marketing techniques for the new introduction. Creative director Janet Lyons told Business Insider they tried to sell it 1,000,000 times, 1,000,000 different ways, and it just wouldn't sell. Apparently, casting a celebrity couple gaining a lot of press following their divorce at the time and asking them to describe eating stuffed crust as doing it the wrong way was just the answer they were looking for.
I have the last slice.
Actually, you're only entitled to half.
According to Restaurant News, stuffed crust pizza generated more than $300 million in sales in its first year alone and became the inspiration for the Hut's continuous innovations. Pizza isn't really known for being healthy. It's made up of carbs, and more carbs, topped with sauce, meats, veggies, and cheese. So when you add even more cheese by literally stuffing it into the crust, you might think the calorie count would go way up. Well, stuffed crust lovers rejoice. As it turns out, stuffed crust doesn't actually add that many more calories to your meal. When it comes down to the nutritional content, a large hand-tossed Pizza Hut pizza with marinara, pepperoni, and cheese comes in at 300 calories per slice. Adding on the option of stuffed crust to your pepperoni pizza only actually increases your calorie count by 40 calories for each slice, topping each slice off at 340 calories. An extra 40 calories really isn't very many in the grand scheme of things. Maybe that means every pizza night should be stuffed crust night? We won't judge. Pizza Hut established a name for itself by inventing crazy menu items over the years, and stuffed crust was just the beginning of that trend. And even though Pizza Hut has been holding on to that stuffed crust crown for over 2 decades, there still seems to be some debate as to whether the chain was really the first to make stuffed crust. When the gooey, cheesy crust made its debut at Pizza Hut, inventors came forward claiming to have invented it themselves as far back as the 1940s. But a Brooklyn native named Anthony Mangello came forward saying he invented the same type of pizza in 1987 with a patent in hand to prove his story. According to Paste magazine, the Mangello family sued Pizza Hut for a whopping $1 billion, but ultimately lost. Essentially, the judge noted that owning the idea of cheese stuffed inside bread is impossible, leaving Pizza Hut to continue to make stuffed crust for pizza lovers for years to come. In 2017, Pizza Hut debuted a Marmite stuffed crust pizza in New Zealand. Marmite is a popular yeast-based spread found in the UK and New Zealand, so naturally, Pizza Hut stuffed it into a crust. But the unique combos don't stop there. In Australia, the company paired up with a famed meat pie maker to debut their meat pie crust. They served it up with 8 little meat pies as the crust, with some customers choosing to add ketchup as a topper. But perhaps the most delicious crust option is in Taiwan, where Pizza Hut introduced a pineapple bun crust pizza. The crust was based off the love for pineapple buns in Taiwan, China, and Hong Kong, and it's made by serving up a crispy shell with a soft, sweet crumb stuffed with cheese. Talk about the perfect sweet and savory combo. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more mashed videos about your favorite foods are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.